Greetings, everyone. My name is Carl Armstrong, and I am on a journey. I'm on a journey to tell the greatest love story from a son to and about his mom. I recently lost my mom, lost her on Sunday, July 6th. We just funeralized her on Friday, July 11th. Today is Monday, July 14th, and this is the first installment in this storytelling journey. I've made two previous recordings, one just a few weeks before she passed, and that was a living tribute to my mother. And then on the day that she passed, on Sunday, July 6th, that evening, I made what was called Mama's Farewell. This is the first installment on what I think will be several over the next several months. I am actually in my mother's room, which looks nothing like it did on the day that she passed on. And I'm in here with my sister. She's off camera, but she's here with me. And I'm just going to tell a portion of the story today. And the portion of the story today that I'm going to tell is the portion of the story that this family that we have is just tremendous. Uh, our family is yet gathering. My family started gathering. Well, let me tell you this: every time my mom has ever been hospitalized, and she's had several hospitalizations over the years, we never leave our mother alone. When she's hospitalized, we immediately start picking shifts. Somebody has a day shift, somebody normally has a night shift, and because of work schedules and travel schedules and all that, we all work it out. I don't remember ever having an argument. Do you, Angelique?
No.
We've never had an argument over who's pulling what shift. So the family always gathers, not just the immediate family, but the aunts, some of the cousins, and there have even been some folks who pull shifts that are not blood relatives, people that are very close to us. That's how significant my mother has been. And there's a phenomenon that's going on now. We brought Mama home from her last hospital stay on Thursday, the 12th of June. She started her hospice care, I believe, on either that Friday or Saturday. Her birthday is June 28th. We were planning to have this huge birthday party. But because her life expectancy was only a few days, we actually did a big old birthday party on June 14th, even though Mama did once again exceed all of the doctor's expectations. We did a huge birthday party. So the family has been gathering. The family, her classmates. My mother graduated in the city of Chesapeake, Virginia, the last segregated class, George Washington Carver High School class of 1969, which was the last segregated class. And those classmates are truly like siblings. Most of them have known each other either from early childhood, and I do mean elementary years, or from middle school. At the latest, they've known each other from middle school, but many of them have known each other since elementary school. They came in with us just like family, and yet they still come by. Now, I will tell you that you might hear all kind of sounds because the family is here, and so you might hear some stuff in the background, and it's all right. It's all right. Somebody just tried to come in, and my sister let them know that I'm live, and that's all right because it has been a blessing. We're all significantly hurt because of the loss of my mom, and I want you guys to know that if you're here with me live, please feel free to comment. Your comments and your questions are very welcome. But we're all hurt. Um, my siblings are still in town. Angelique and myself. Angelique lives in D.C. I live in Northern Virginia in Stafford. We haven't been to work in a while because my mom needed around the clock care. Of course, once she passed, there was so much business to take care of, plus the greeting, I mean, excuse me, the grieving, taking care of the house. We are tremendously concerned about our father, who we affectionately call Big Papa. Of course, this is a significant loss for him. Nobody can feel what he feels. He shared a part of my mom that nobody else shared. She was our mother, but she was his wife, his life partner. And this is not easy for him. That's why I'm still here in town. That's why I have not yet gone back to work. He needs our presence. He needs our help in every way that you could possibly imagine. And we're here for him. He has siblings who are dropping in daily to check on him. My mom's siblings are yet here. Even one of her sisters in from Kuwait. We have cousins, first cousins, second cousins, third cousins. And listen, my family is a blended tale. One of these days, I have to tell you about how our family is so blended. There are relatives who are not blood relatives who you think were blood relatives by the way that we love on each other. And that really is a hallmark of how my mother loved. This picture of her. Every time I go live, I'm going to try to use a different picture of her because it tells a different picture of her life. And this continued gathering here at the house is so typical of her. She was the glue that really held the family down throughout the years. Now, her mother, my grandmother, Nana, is the matriarch of them all. But even in my early childhood memories, you know, our house was always the gathering spot. Mom really held it together. And I'm not saying that she was any more significant than the other brothers and sisters. I'm not saying that. So for all my cousins who might be thinking that, that's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is, if you wanted to see anybody in the family, most people could tell you, go to Aunt Mal's house, the cousins, nieces and nephews, they call her Aunt Mal. Go to Aunt Mal's house on a Sunday after church, and you probably could catch anybody you wanted to catch in the family. And if you couldn't catch them there, you would catch someone who knew where they were or how to get in contact with them. You know, Teresa Castillo, I know your situation. I'm praying for you, my friend. Really am praying for you. And thank you so much for being a part of this storytelling. This phenomenon has been tremendous. I'm having such a time of healing every day, being around my elders, my peers, and even the youngsters in the family. Everybody is hurting. And we just had just a couple of weeks ago, the day that I was coming in for my mom's early birthday party on June 14th, I received the news that the eldest daughter of my first cousin, had passed away that day. And she was a darling of the family. So yeah, that significant loss. You have my mom. There's some other stuff going on. So the family is just hurting all over. And we really do need, God bless you, Xavier. I love you too, son. That's my godson, Elder Xavier Jones. Um, Everybody's hurting, and we all need this time together. And it's been so strengthening. It has been so cathartic and so therapeutic. I just can't tell you. It's been such a long time since we've had this extended period of time together, and there's been significant peace. And sometimes when a person dies, it's like a taboo thing to talk about them, but it's not taboo to talk about Mama. All of us are talking about her, and mostly laughing. Every now and then there's a tear because we miss her. And I'm telling people, and sister, if you want to come sit beside me, you're more than welcome. We're not sad as much as we're heartbroken. We're heartbroken because we miss her so much. She was such a significant figure in the family, in the community, that you just can't help every now and then to shed a tear. But my mom was such a gregarious personality and so funny in her own right that we have these funny stories to tell about her. She was a world class athlete, a member of the Virginia Amateur Softball Hall of Fame, a two-time national amateur softball champion, uh, a scrapper, a never give up type of person, just all that in a bag of chips. And part of the legacy that she leaves this family is this ongoing presence of people, friends, classmates, relatives, neighbors from years past. I'm talking about neighbors from the childhood, from her early adulthood, who have come through. Matter of fact, one of those neighbors came through yesterday, spent several hours with us. And that's very typical of my mom and the relationships that she built and maintained over the years. And she passed that on to us. One of her hallmarks was her hospitality. Our home always had extra folks in it. Our home was and still is today, as I speak, a place where you can come in and get a meal. God bless you, Pastor Lee Moore, my brother. A place where you can come and get a meal, a hot bath, you can wash your clothes, get some love and some counseling, and be on your way. And all of that in sincerity. I mean, for real, for real. Hundreds, I've said it just about every broadcast, and I'm going to say it again. Hundreds of people have put their feet under mama's table at no cost. Well, at no cost to them. We paid for a lot of that. As a matter of fact, in mama's last days, she planned her own homegoing service. And she was ordering all this stuff that she wanted. She was on her tablet, on her Amazon account. I was sitting in the room with her. I believe that a few other people in the room too. And she looked at me and she said, well, son, I done spent all of my money. Now it's time for me to spend yours. I said, okay, mama, we'll just put the stuff in the cart and I'll pay for it. She says, I know. And that was just typical mama. And let me know, I did pay for it. One of the last instructions that she gave me, she said, son, I want you to make sure that the house stays stocked with food so we can feed the people that come over. She knew that there would be a significant visitation for people who would come before she passed away to say their final goodbyes to her. She was very well aware of that. She also knew that in her passing that the house would be packed of people who were well-wishers and people having their condolences. And I told mama, I said, mama, we the grieving family, they need to bring some stuff. And she did not verbally reply, but she just turned and gave me a look that used to send chills through my body when I was a child. And the look said, didn't you hear what I told you? And I just said, yes, ma'am. That was it. That was it. But that was how my mother operated. I'm not going to be with you much longer tonight. I just wanted to come on and say that. Anything you wanted to say, sister? Come on. My sister going to have a few words.
Hello, everybody. My name is Angelique. Once again, we lost our mom, a very, very, very significant loss, a blow to our family. Not just because she was my mom, but because of who she was and what she stood for. She was a pillar of strength. She was hospitable. Um, I don't even know where to stop. The amount of wisdom that she had, you know, the amount of love that she had. She had an unshakable faith as well. I've never seen anybody in my lifetime as strong as my mother. She fought, and she fought well, and she fought for us because she knew that we were not ready. Um, and once we did get to the point where we were ready, she was able to let go, and she was able to go in peace. The outpouring of love, the well wishes, the people stopping by, text messages, I mean, Facebook Messenger messages, all types of stuff. People coming by. I had people come by that I haven't seen 5, 6, 7, 10, 15 years. They stopped by because my mother played a significant part in their life. She just was not a mother to her 4 children. She was a mother to other people's children. And just to be able to experience her, I will forever be blessed for that. For her to be able to have the longevity that she did with all the medical diagnoses that she had was nothing short of amazing. My mother's life was and still is miraculous. Like I said in a post, I got to know God through my mother. Nobody but God that kept her going. Nobody but God that kept us going as a family. There has been somebody checking here for us continuously. And we are so thankful for that. Very seldom we are left alone. And when I say very seldom, my auntie is coming tomorrow night and she's going to spend the night with us. So there is always a presence of people in the house. And we want to say thank you for everything. This is an adjustment, getting used to the still and the quietness in her room. If you knew my mother, you knew she did not have an inside voice. So just getting used to us not hearing her is an adjustment, but I feel her presence everywhere that I go. I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you so much. I'm going to put my brother back on.
Thank you, Angelique. And let me tell you how impromptu this is. Angelique had no idea that she was going to be on tonight. As I was setting up, about to go live, I looked at her. She said, "You about to do something?" I said, "Yeah, I'm about to go live." I said, "You can stay in. You think you might want to go on?" And she was like, "I don't know." And so, but it's so easy to talk about my mom. God bless you, Alex, one of my Army buddies from Fort Bliss, Texas. I thank you, brother, from the 343 Air Defense Artillery. Delta battery. I thank you, brother. Mama was, she is so easy to talk about. And I want to piggyback on what Angelique just said. There are so many names that I could call, and I think I'm probably going to make a video and just thanking everybody who sent flowers, who sent cards, who greeted us, sent prayers by way of social media. We still are going to have to dig through things to send thank you cards, and people who are still checking on us individually by sending text and the phone calls. You all have been so gracious and kind with your sincerity. And we can tell that you're sincere, and we certainly appreciate it. Um, and that's just so much like Mama. She gave so much. Let me say something. I hope this is helping people who have had significant loss. Part of the reason why we can be kind of strong in this is because of the way Mama left here. My mama in her life taught us how to live. She was a great example of integrity, of strength, of courage, of faith, and so many other positive attributes. But even in facing death, Mama showed no fear, absolute faith in God, grace, humility, and class, all the way until the very end. When my mother took her last breath and had her last heartbeat, there was nothing else left for her to pour out. She poured out everything. She didn't owe us anything. There was nothing left for us to squeeze from her. She poured it all out. And that's how I want to leave, having poured out everything that God has given me. That's a tremendous legacy that she left. And let me tell you something. Many of you have just poured out to us. And for all of you who were at that homegoing service on Friday, man, the 11th of July, and it was not a funeral, it was a homegoing service. Thank you. You saw something that was significant. For those of you who were not able to be there physically, but you saw it on social media, then you saw something special. And we are very, very thankful in every way that a family can be thankful. I'm going to sign off for now. This has been installment number 1 of the greatest love story journey, son to mama. And sometime very soon, I'll come at you at for portion number 2. Over the next several months, I'm sure there are going to be many, many of these installments, and maybe I'll have it all transcribed at the end and make a book out of it. All right. Thank you all for your attention. Thank you for listening. You've been a great audience, and this is part of my healing journey. If you are having a significant loss and you're dealing with the pain of that, I hope that's something that we're sharing here, our transparency. I hope that is helping you. If you know of someone who is dealing with significant loss and they're hurting, and maybe they could benefit from a conversation like this, why don't you invite them in so that they can see this, whether they're live with us or they see it in the playback. Either way, I would like for those who can benefit to benefit by way of healing. This is our healing journey. All right. God bless all of you. We'll see you on the next installment. Thank you.